students, I am Sonu Saini, Assistant Professor in Russian Studies at Center of Russian Studies in JNU. Welcome you all to the course
Basics of Russian Communication Skills.
Part 1. Let's see what is the plan for today's module. So, the plan is first we'll discuss the object of the course, then we'll discuss why are we reading this story. Then we'll go for the vocabulary, that means we'll see some difficult words with their meanings. Further, we will read the folk story Eggs Porridge. In Russian it is called Kasha is Tapara. In Hindi it may be Kulhade ka Dalia. That we will discuss in Russian and in English. Further, we will see some synonyms and antonyms of the words. Then we'll go for the question and answer session. So let's discuss the objective. The objective of this module is to make you understand the basics of Russian language through the text as a teaching tool. We will be discussing a specific text in each module so that you gradually learn the basics of Russian easily in an interesting way. In this module, we will read and discuss the Russian folk story titled Eggs Porridge, or in Russian it is Kasha is Tapara. So, why are we reading this story while learning a foreign language? As we know that all we love to learn various things through stories. And if the story is a popular folk tale, then the learning is even more interesting. That's why today we have a Russian folk tale which we are going to read and discuss in this module. There will be various grammatical aspects of Russian language. Some of the grammatical aspects you must have already gone through and some would come soon in your further modules. Don't worry if you find some new words or expressions or grammatical aspects. We'll try to explain all the words and expressions here, and the grammatical aspects you will cover soon. Dear learners, this module has been divided into two parts. So here's the first part. So let's start this wonderful journey to learn Russian through stories. Let's begin with some vocabulary first. So the first word in your vocabulary list, kasha. In Russian it is kasha. In English, porridge. In Hindi it is dalia. Second word we have tapor. Tapor is X. Next we have pabivka. That means leave. In Hindi it is chutti. Next word we have pritamich. Pritamich means to tire a little. Next word puch. Puch means road. Next expression we have есть хочется. That means wish to eat. Next word we have доходить дойти. This is a verb that means to reach. The next word we have деревня. That means village. Next word we have постучать. That means to knock. Next word we have пускать, пустить. That means to let. Next word, or we can say verb combination, we have отдыхать, отдохнуть. That means to have or take a rest. The verb combination отдыхать, отдохнуть are the pair of perfective. The verb combination отдыхать, отдохнуть are the combinations or pair of imperfective aspects of the verbs or perfective aspects of the verb. Maybe you have already done, or if you haven't done, then that you will do it very soon. So here the first verb in the combination is imperfective aspect of the verb and second is perfective. So imperfective is отдыхать and perfective is отдохнуть. So the next word we have дорожный. Дорожный means road. Next verb combination we have отворять, отворить. that means to open. Next word we have starucha. Starucha you may be knowing. Yes, it is old woman. Next verb we have zachajić zaici, that means to drop in. So next word we have slujivi, that means a soldier. After that we have khazyajushka, that means kind hostess or person who receives at home. So next word we have khazyajushka, that means kind hostess. After that we have perekusić, which means to have a bite or snack. After that we have vdoval. Vdoval means in plenty. After that we have a verb paskupitsa, that means begrudge. After that we have verb karmić nakarmić, that means to feed. After that prikidivatsa prikinutsa, that means to pretend. After that we have word siratoi. Siratoi means orphan. Next we have jest siest, that means to eat. After that primichach primicic, that means to notice. Next word is lavka, that means bench. After that we have expression koli, that is the old expression, or yezheli, that is also an old expression, which means yesli. Yesli you may be knowing, that means if. So koli, yezheli both means yesli, and in English it is if. Next verb we have varich swarich, that means to cook or to boil. Next verb aspects we have splioskivach splisnuch, that means to splash. After that we have kachol. Kachol is a pot or utensil in which we may cook something. Next word we have vimivach vimich, means to wash. After that we have apuskach apuschich, that means to drop. After that we have nalivach nalich, that means to fill with. After that next word we have stavich pastavich, that means to set up or to place something. Next we have agon. Agon is similar to the word in Hindi or in Sanskrit agni, that is fire. So agon in Russian and fire in English. In Hindi or Sanskrit it is agni. Next word we have glidziech paglidziech. Glidziech paglidziech means to look. Then we have a set expression or a phrase, we can say glas ni swajich. Glas ni swajich means not to take one's eyes off something or somebody. Next we have dastavach dastach, means to fetch, to take out, that means to fetch or to take out something. Next word we have loshka. Loshka is spoon. Then we have pamieshivach, that means to stir slowly. After that we have probavach paprobavach, that means to try something. It may be to try to eat something or to taste something. Then we have gatovi. Gatovi is an adjective that means ready. After that we have jal, that means to feel sorry. Next we have solich, pasalich, that means to put salt. Next we have gorstka. Gorstka means a handful. After that we have krupa, that is cereal grain. After that we have zoichitsa, that means begin to bustle or conflict. Next we have prinasich, prinischi, that means to bring or fetch. Next word we have mishochik or mishok, that means a bag. Next we have zapravlyach, zapravich, that means to fill up. After that we have ablizivach, ablizach, that means to lick. Next expression we have chutak, that is from the word or word combination chuchuch, that means just a little. After that we have abhijenie, that is delicious. Next we have zdabrivach, zdobrich, that means to flavor with. The next expression we have edaki, which is old expression of etaki, that means such or like this. After we have jivich, that means surprise. We have next word pripriyativach, pripriyatach, that means to hide something or to put something. Next word we have ranets, that means a bag. Next verb we have rasprastitsa. Rasprastitsa means to take final leave. Okay friends, now let's go to the story now. The story, as you know, is eggs porridge, or in Russian it is kasha is tapara, in Hindi kulade ka dalia. Dear learners, as you know that we are using text as methodological or teaching tool in order to learn Russian language in an efficient manner. We will be reading the text in Russian language first, so that you understand the tone and texture of Russian language easily. Afterwards, we will be discussing the text through English translation for having a fair idea of the story, which we are going to discuss now. And then finally, we will be discussing the text with you by reading the text sentence by sentence with simultaneous translation in English, so that you can comprehend the text easily. Let's listen carefully to the text in Russian language first. We would like to suggest you keep your notebook and pen ready so that you can note down all the important words, expressions which we are going to use in this text for later discussion. Let's see how the story starts. The title of the story is Kasha is Tapara. Старый солдат шел на побивку. Притомился в пути, есть хочется. Дошел до деревни, постучал в крайную избу. «Пустите отдохнуть дорожного человека!» Дверь отворила старуха. «Заходи, служивый!» «А нет ли у тебя, хозяюшка, перекусить его?» У старухи всего вдоволь, а солдата поскупилась накормить, прикинулась сиротой. «Ох, добрый человек, и сама сегодня еще ничего не ела, ничего». «Ну, нет, так нет», солдат говорит. Тут он приметил под лавкой топор. Коли нет ничего иного, можно сварить кашу из топора. Хозяйка руками всплеснула. Как так из топора кашу сварить? А вот как, дай-ка котел. Старуха принесла котел, солдат вымыл топор, опустил в котел, налил воды и поставил на огонь. Старуха на солдата глядит, глаз не сводит. Достал солдат ложку, помешивает варево. Попробовал. «Ну как?» – спрашивает старуха. «Скоро будет готово». Солдат отвечает. «Жал, вот только что посолить нечем. Соль-то у меня есть, посоли». Солдат посолил, снова попробовал. «Хорошо, ежели бы сюда до горсточку крупы». Старуха засуетилась, принесла откуда-то мешочек крупы. «Бери, заправь как надобно». Заправил варево крупой. Варил, помешивал, попробовал. Глядит старуха, на солдата во все глаза, оторваться не может. «Ох, и каша хороша!» – облизнулся солдат. «Как бы сюда да чуток масла было бы, и все объедение». Нашлось у старухи и масло. Сдобрили кашу. «Ну, старуха, теперь подавай хлеб да принимайся за ложку. Станем кашу есть». Вот уж не думала, что из топора эдакую добрую кашу можно сварить. Дивится старуха. Поели вдвоем кашу. Старуха спрашивает. «Служивый, когда же топор будем есть?» «Да, вишь, он не уварился», – отвечал солдат. «Где-нибудь на дороге доварю, да позавтракаю». Тотчас припрятал топор в ранец, распростился с хозяйкою и пошел в иную деревню. Вот так-то солдат и каши поел, и топор унес. So, dear learners, how was the story? I'm sure that after listening to this story, you must have been having an idea about the tone and texture of Russian language, and you may have understood a bit or something in this story. You must be wondering about the meaning of the text, and as it was promised earlier, we will be discussing the text with the help of English translation now. Let's read this story in English. In title of this story is Axe Porridge. An old soldier was once on his way home for his leave. He was tired and hungry. He reached a village and he rapped at the first hut. "Let a traveler in for the night," he said. The door was opened by an old woman. "Come in, soldier," she offered. "Have you a bite of food for hungry man, good dame?" the soldier asked. Now the old woman had plenty of everything, but she was stingy and pretended to be very poor. "Ah, me? I have had nothing to eat myself today, dear. There is nothing in the house," she wailed. "Well, if you have nothing, you have nothing," the soldier said. Then, noticing an axe without a handle under the bench, "If there is nothing else, we could make porridge out of that axe," The old woman raised both hands in astonishment. Eggs porridge! Who ever heard the like? I will show you how to make it. Just give me a pot. The old woman brought a pot and the soldier washed the eggs, put it in the pot and filling the pot with water, placed it on the fire. The old woman stared at the soldier, never taking her eyes off him. The soldier got out a spoon and stirred the water and then tasted it. It will soon be ready, he said. A pity there is no salt. Oh, I have salt. Here, take some, the old woman said. The soldier put some salt in the pot and then tried the water again. If you could add just a handful of groats, cereal grains, to it, he said. The old woman brought a small bag of groats from the pantry. Here it is, add as much as you need, she said. The soldier went on with his cooking, stirring the meal from time to time and tasting it. And the old woman watched and could not tear her eyes away. Oh, how tasty the porridge is, the soldier said, trying a spoonful. With a bite of butter, there would be nothing more delicious. The old woman found the butter too, and they buttered the porridge. Now get the bread and a spoon, good dame, and let us eat, the soldier said. They began eating the porridge and praising it. I never thought eggs porridge could taste so good, the old woman marveled. Soldier, when we will eat the eggs? Yes, you see, it did not boil yet, the soldier answered. I will cook it somewhere on the way and have it in my breakfast. Immediately he put the eggs in his bag, said goodbye to the old lady and walked away further towards other village. So here the soldier had the porridge and got an eggs as well. So dear learners, I am sure now you have got the idea of this story through the English version of the same. Let us discuss the story now word to word and try to understand each and every word and word combinations as well as some grammatical structures of all this story. As suggested earlier, please keep a notebook and pen with you so that you can make notes and so that we can discuss it later if you have any questions. Let us start. So the first title says Kasha is tapara. Kasha is porridge, as you know, in Hindi it is dalia. Is tapara means from, literal meaning from X, you know, kulhadi, and is tapara is in genitive case, or in Russian it is called rajichilny pajesh. So that means porridge of X, or we can say X porridge. The first sentence starts with the story as Stari Saldat Shol Napa Beef Ko. So Stari Saldat means old soldier. Stari means old, Saldat is soldier. Shol is from the verb ichi. Shol is the past tense of verb ichi, that means to go, and here it means was going or was in his way. Napa Bivko. Pabivko means here leave, like for leave. That means he was going, he was on his way on leave. That means like an old soldier was once on his way home for his leave. Then we have Prita Milsa Puchi Yes Khochitsa. Prita Milsa Puchi, that means he was on the way, he was tired. Prita Milsa. and yes khochitsa, and hungry too. Yes khochitsa means wanted to eat something. So that means he was tired and hungry while he was on the way. Da shol da jirevni pastuchal krainu izbu. So here the shol is another form of from which was made from the verb ichi. As you know, in the first sentence it was there ichi, and the past tense is shol, and we add the prefix the. That means the shol. The shol means to reach up to some point. So that means he reached a village. Pastuchal, pastuchach means to knock. Krainu izbu, at the first hut. Krainaya izba, it means first hut. Then we have the dialogue which soldier says, Pustice adaknuch da rojnava chilavieka. Pustice is from the verb pustic. Adaknuch, pustic means to let, or to let in, or to allow. So pustic adaknuch, to let the person, darojnava chilaveka. Darojnava chilaveka is darojnava is from the verb daroga, and it is adjective which is made from the noun daroga. Darojni chilavek, that is person from the roadside or from the road or outside. Dver atvarila staruka. The door, dver is door, same in Hindi or Sanskrit. Dver, dwar, same in Russian. Dver, that means door. Atvarila. Atvarila is from the verb atvarich. That means to open. When you open the door, that means atvarich dver. Staruka, you know, the old woman. So the door was opened by the old woman. And she says, Zahaji slujivy. Zahaji is from the verb hajij. Hajij means to come, and za here is a prefix showing, that means to come for a while. Zakhaji slujivy. So come in, soldier. Slujivy is soldier. Anyatli uchibya khazayushka перекусить чего. So next sentence it starts with the dialogue from the soldier who asks the old woman, Anyatli uchibya, that means literal meaning, don't you have khazayushka. Khazayushka is means khazyaika, from the word khazyaika, that means the host, and here it means good dame in the English translation. So khazayushka перекусить. Перекусить means to eat something or to eat something light. Чего means something. So нет ли у тебя хозяюшка перекусить чего? That means don't you have, literal meaning means don't you have something to eat or to have something as a snacks. So next sentence we have а старухи всего вдовов, а солдата поскупилась накормить. Прикинулась сиротой. So that means у старухи. This is a construction in genitive case. That means the old woman has. Sivo is from the word sie. That means everything. That means old woman had everything. У старухи sivo. Vdova. Vdova means in plenty. That means in good quantity. She had everything in a good quantity or in a plenty. A soldata paskupilus nakормить. But, and means but, soldat, you know, soldat is soldier, and soldata nakормить. So nakормить takes accusative case here. Накормить кого, and that's why soldat becomes in soldata. So накормить soldata. But to feed the soldier, she was a bit, reluctant on that form. She didn't want to feed the soldier. Priknulas siratai. So she was pretending, precunulos, that means to pretend something, to pretend oneself. So pretending as siratai, that means as very poor. Thank you very much, dear learners. I hope you have enjoyed the story and learning Russian language through these stories.